In today's video, I will show you how to upload and read data from Google Drive inside a Flutter application without any third-party libraries. First of all, this video is only for Android because doing it for iOS does not make any sense, as Google Drive is not by default present inside iOS. So if you want to store some data for a user on cloud for iOS, you should be using iCloud. But yeah, this video is only for Android, and given that Google Drive is already present on Android by default, that's why I'm targeting Android. So yeah, let's get started. First of all, I have created a method channel. Next, I have created a variable for reading this data. So once the data has been read, so what we will do is that we will create a folder inside Google Drive and then upload a text file to it with some text, and while reading we will read that text from that text file and display it on the screen. So here you can see I have just created two text button as well as the text when we read that data. And here we are invoking the upload method. Here we are invoking the read method. For uploading, I am just sending back a boolean of whether it was success or not, and while read we are extracting the text from the text file and setting it to our data variable. Next, you have to go to your Android folder, go to build.gradle, not this build. So make sure I have changed all the Kotlin version to 1.8.0. Next, what you have to do is you have to add this configurations of HTTP client as well as this packaging options. Next, I have changed you have to add this fragment KTX as well as activity KTX, because we will be using a register for activity result, that's why. And these are all the dependencies for Google Drive, and this is a lifecycle dependency because I want to use coroutines. Next, go to src main android manifest.xml, add the internet permission. Next, go to Kotlin, and first of all you have to create this folder, this file, a data class. So Google Drive file holder. So these all things are which we will get from Google Drive file holder. Next, go to main activity.kt. First, add this imports. Next, you have to change this to flutter fragment activity. Then I have created a method channel result, and here I have taken some variables. So here you can see I have taken some text file. These are my app name. Here is the MIME type for our text. This is the drive, this is the root, this is this is the file folder name, and this is our text file name inside that folder, and this is we require this for Google Drive folder. Next, you have to define these fields. Now again I have copy pasted this code from online. So like this is boilerplate code, and again this is boilerplate because we require the email of the user, because we have to sign the user first. Next, I've created a variable to check whether the user is reading a file or uploading a file. So yeah, so is file read is false at the start. Then we have created a Google sign in client, and this text will be uploaded to Google Drive inside the text file. So change it to whatever you want over here. Next, we have to create a launcher because this launcher gets triggered when you try to do Google sign in, and it gives back whether the sign in was success or not. And here, once the sign in is successful, we check for Google permission, and if the user has accepted all the permission, then yeah, we will proceed with the driver setup. Otherwise, we will request those permissions. Now here I am creating some temporary file in internal storage. Then this is helper method to read data from a file. And this is a helper method to upload a file. So here you can see first we have to create a metadata, then the file content, then the file metadata, and here we have to define our Google Drive file holder and assign the ID as well as the name. Then again I am creating a file in internal storage. Then to download the file, this is the code for it, and this will help us to list down the drive files So here you can see I'm listing the files, but if you want to list down image or pngs, you can use something like this, but we are only using text mime type, that's why I am just using this. Then these are like boilerplate code which I have copied from Stack Overflow. Okay, next, drive setup. So we want to get the last sign in user account. Okay, and again here we are setting the application name of my wallet, so you can change it to whatever you want. Okay, and here you can see that if user is reading the file, then this code will get called. So here you can see we are just creating whatever our file name is, so I'm passing that and it will search for it. And once we get the file name, we are extracting the content from it. And okay, and then this is the download file job, and once we get, we will extract the text from it. Okay, and in the else clause you can handle the error to however you like, and this code will get called while uploading it to drive. So here you can see I'm uploading our file to drive, and this is the upload file job. And once the upload is completed, I'm sending a true boolean to dart side, and here you can handle errors however you want. And this is the boilerplate code for creating a folder. Okay, uh, next, here we have to configure our flutter channel. So once you click on the button, so if you press the upload button, this will get called. So here I'm setting the is file read to false, and doing the Google sign in, calling the Google sign in code, and same for reading as well, is file read, and then calling the Google sign in code. So yeah, that's it. And now you will have to register your app on Google Cloud Console as well. So what you will have to do is okay, so here I will show you guys the screenshot of what all things you need to do. So first, search for Google Drive console. Okay, once you search for Google Drive console or Google Developer console, whatever it can be, first you have to go to enable APIs, and you have to enable the Google Drive API. Next, you have to go to the OAuth consent screen and click on external and create. Then fill in all the mandatory details which they will ask, like app name and user support email. Next, you have to click on create credential, click on create API key, and yours should look something like this. It should look something like this. So you have to create this API key as well as OAuth to client as well. So what you will have to do is, again, click on create credential, click on OAuth client ID, and fill again the details. So here you have to enter the package name and the SHA-1 certificate ID. So to get the SHA-1, you can follow this command, but please note that this will give you SHA-1 for debug certificate, for debug APK, and not for release APK. So when you create a release APK of your app, you will have to run this command, but just send your release key store as well as release password, whatever you set, and you will have to change it over here as well. So once you do that, once all these things are done, what you will have to do is, you will also have to go to the OAuth consent screen, and given that this app is still not released to public, you will have to click on test users, add users, and enter the email ID for which you will be testing the Google Drive upload. Otherwise this won't work. So yeah, I think that should be it. Thank you for watching. Bye.